With Apple's earnings call and Thursday's Mac event, there's been plenty of serious business in the world of Apple this week, which is why we've chosen an all-game lineup in this week's Apps of the Week. Plus, when the titles are this good, they're hard to ignore. So, let's get started. Did you wake up wishing to spend your Sunday playing a mashup of pinball and 80s sci-fi classic Tron? Well, if you did indeed have this oddly specific dream, you'll be pleased as punch this week. That's thanks to PinOut, a fun remix on the pinball genre which fuses pulsing lights, retro wave beats, and an original take on regular pinball tables. In the game, pinball is fused with an endless runner game of sorts, as you compete to see how far you can move through a seemingly never-ending table in the time allotted. Unlike more traditional pinball games, it's a pinball experience that could only ever take place in the digital world, and it's all the better for it. Well, there goes all that free time you were going to fill with useful jobs around the house. The eagerly anticipated Civilization 6 rocked up on the Mac this week, 3 days after it landed on the PC. 25 years after Sid Meier's popular franchise, squeezing all of, well, Civilization into a single game, first shipped, the experience is as rewarding as ever. It builds on the same epic, turn-based format that's worked for so long, but at a plethora of new material. You'll need a high-end Mac to run it, and right now it's still a single-player game that's pricier and not as expanded as Civilization 5. But so long as you've got the hardware and are happy to sign over a few thousand hours of your life, no one is going to regret this purchase. With the title RPG Dragon Sinker, it's no great secret what kind of game this is. The fantasy role-playing game is a fun flashback to the 8-bit days of Nintendo. While not quite on the time-munching time of Civilization, RPG Dragon Sinker is, nonetheless, a game that promises to the consumer plenty of waking moments, as you lead a team of up to 12 party members as they do the usual exploring and battling stuff you'd hope for from any self-respecting RPG. If you played any of the developers' previous RPGs, you'll be at home very quickly. What it loses in novelty, however, it certainly makes back up in other ways. It's definitely recommended. Imagine Street Fighter 2 with no physical combat, but a whole lot more Gordon Ramsay-style insult throwing. That's basically the premise behind Oh Sir, the Insult Simulator. An hilarious game that lets you choose your fighter and then engage in round after round of DIY verbal jousting. There are all of the combos, criticals, continuations, and other fighting game mechanics you'd expect, but with a brilliant twist. Probably the most laugh-out-loud app experience of 2016. Well, that's it for all this week's Apps of the Week. I'll make sure to leave links to all the apps featured in the description down below. Also, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit that like button, and as always, don't forget to hit subscribe so you don't miss a single video from Cult of Mac. I'll catch you in the next one.